Hold on, real quick. Listen, this is the Gray Area Podcast.
Let's
Let's go.
go.
Yes, back again like we never left. It's MOD, Guru Dane. This is the Gray Area. And this Sunday, like I tell you every Sunday, we work very hard to bring you very important people to us personally and to the underground artistic scene as a whole. This week is no different. This Sunday, we have 4 Limbs. Shout out to the bro.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for having me.
What's
Appreciate
going on?
it.
Yo, man, all good, brother. We appreciate you taking the time, man, and especially because this is like a intercontinental link. You know what I'm saying? So time frames have to be matched and everything like that. So we really do appreciate you taking the time, especially on a Sunday. And yeah, man. So listen, for the people who listen to us who might not know who you are, just introduce yourself real quick. Let them know who you are, and yeah, we're gonna get into it.
Yeah, so I'm Four Limbs. I'm a producer from the UK, out of Manchester, sort of working in like the underground scene. Work with a few people like RJ Payne, Lord Juco, Cousin Feo, Muggs, obviously as well. And yeah, just sort of been trying to make my own wave in the underground, and just been working for a few years.
Been killing it too. Nah, for real. Listen, for those who don't know, dude got a crazy work ethic, and his beats are off the fucking chain. We're gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? You guys are gonna be able to see. So if I remember correctly, we linked up through YB, Yellow Balaclava.
Oh yes, yeah. That was the first time, I think. Yeah, I was thinking it was through Extortionate, but it might have been Yellow Balaclava. Yeah,
I feel like it was way back when. Way back when. Yeah, man. And ever since then, I feel like he was like, "Yo, I got to get you with this dude 4 Limbs," and then he sent the beat, and I was like, "Yo," I said at that time I was killing shit, so I just sent that shit back probably the same day, and I just remember always being like, "Nah, this dude he's nice," and you know what? It says something when you carry yourself with poise. You know what I'm saying? And I've always noticed that you carry yourself very well. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, man, we swim in a big pool, and a lot of motherfuckers be having tantrums online. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like I've always noticed that you're very kind of concise and controlled with the image that you put forward, and I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
That's good that comes across online, because obviously you don't really know how people see you, just through social media and that. So it's good that comes across, because I just don't really get involved in all the petty stuff and right. Like you say, throwing tantrums and all that. It's just like, that's just not me. I'm not in it for that.
Right.
So
it's good about doing the work. Oh, nah, exactly. For sure, man. It's about doing the work, and it shows. You know what I'm saying? So tell me a little bit more about life growing up in Manchester.
Yeah, so I'm from a town just outside of Manchester. So yeah, I'm about 20 minutes from the city. Just like a normal working class town, like not much going on there, especially in the hip hop scene. Like it's just separate from that. But in Manchester, like a lot was going on. And I used to go in, like when I was younger, go into the city, and there'd be like hip hop shows going on and local act. And that just sort of, in terms of the local stuff, exposed me to that people were doing like the more boom bappy stuff within the city, and that there was a scene there that I could sort of be a part of.
Right.
So yeah, growing up, it was that's like in my early 20s, I'd say that sort of happened. But in sort of my hometown, there's not much to say in terms of music wise. It was like, I mean, especially being in the UK, in that area of the UK, like, and the music I'm into, the underground stuff, it was all like internet stuff. You know what I mean? I got all gravitating to the US and the underground stuff over there. So,
was it hard to get music? Was it hard to or let me ask you this, was there a delay in music when it dropped for you? Like it would drop over here and then would it be a delay before it got to you over there?
I mean, I feel like I grew up in sort of like the fully I say grew up, but like when I was like 16, 17, it was already like the full internet blog era. So like there was no delay at all, because it was just the connection was just there over the internet. You know what I mean? Right. It felt like we'd already got into that. So it was all through blogs and different websites that were plugged into the underground. So we get it at the same time because it was just through that. Maybe we wouldn't get like the super local stuff on your side, because that would take a while to filter through.
Right.
But it felt like what we were getting was, immediate, straight away.
Yo, shout out Dat Piff, man. Shout out Dat Piff. That website held it down for a long time. What were some of the websites you used? Man. Like just regular websites like us, right? Yeah, bro. For real. So what was your first inspiration in hip hop? Like the first song or the first movie that you saw and you were like, yo, nah, this is something that I need to really be a part of.
Yeah, so I would probably say the first big inspiration for me is Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers, that album itself. And like, I mean, but I came to that. So I was born in '94, so I was born after that album. But through that was like the first hip hop album that I think I fully connected to when I heard it, because I sort of came from growing up and like finding what music I was into. I was always into like underground music, but it wasn't necessarily like hip hop first that I came to. I was sort of finding what I liked. So it was always like independent music and things like that. But when I found hip hop, it was like that was the first album that really connected me to it. And it was, I think the thing about that is that obviously being over here in the UK, some of the stuff that we hear over there, it's fully ingrained in like US culture. That's not part of our culture over here, certain things. But because Wu Tang like put their own slang into it, obviously had the kung fu stuff in there, just this whole creative thing that just it just got its own, like they just had their own sound, their own thing.
You
Like
know what's funny? I hear a lot of people from England, from the UK, from Europe in general say that Wu-Tang was that for them. Now, do you
yeah,
think it's because they took on the group itself in a whole, kind of took on this non-American persona that it landed so well in other places?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's like it's just something that you could like grasp onto and like understand from anywhere in the world, wasn't it?
Right.
As much as they were like, you know, fully Staten Island, obviously they turned it into like Shaolin, didn't they? Like they just changed it into something else. Like anyone could grasp it and you could tell what it was. And obviously, the being nine of them, it was like that thing of everyone was there, and it was just like it was just a whole new thing. It was like it's just anyone could understand it. I feel like, but then on top of that, like because lyrically they're so good and there's so much like layers to it, you can understand it immediately. But then if you're into it, you can keep digging through it, and there's so much to like go through. It was just yeah. But I hear the same thing. I think like in the UK and stuff, like Wu Tang really connected like way more than a lot of other acts.
It makes
Yeah.
sense because it was a plethora of different hip hop all in one package, you know?
Exactly. Like it's crazy because they're so like local, like they so New York, but they turned it into anywhere, like you say. Like they just turned their local area and it could they just yeah made it global. It's crazy. But then you're right about like there's so much to dig into. Like obviously I found 36 Chambers, and then I'm like right, Liquid Swords, only built for Cuban links, and it's just like you can just it's like non-stop. You're just digging through the whole back catalog. It's like never ending.
You think there'll ever be a group again to be assembled and be able to create group albums on that capacity and then go and create solo albums on the same capacity? You think that'll ever happen again, or was
Oh,
that like lightning in a bottle?
yeah, I think it might have been lightning in a bottle. The skill level in that group is looking back like that. It's crazy, isn't it? Like, do you think it could happen again? I don't think it could.
I don't think so. I think you know what the funny thing is? I akin this to me and Guru, we argue about if it's possible to build a pyramid now. And I feel like he
Mm,
doesn't think it's possible because of the manpower,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I agree with that, but I think it's possible because of the sheer technology, right?
Mm,
The reason why I don't think it's possible is because we can't get enough people to work together. And I only give this reference because I don't think that we'll see that again, because every dude on that team, it seemed like,
well, I think it just cut
wanted
out
the
then.
same goal. And how many members were in Wu Tang? Like in
Um,
all total, it was like 20, right, or some shit like that.
with all like the affiliates and that, I don't even know.
Right, right. It was mad
Yeah,
at him. So yeah, I don't think that shit
and
could
plus
happen.
like the landscape's changed, and it like now they'd be all releasing solo mixtapes and freestyles, and like you could do it easy. Like they had to come together to get signed to a label.
That's a very good point.
Yeah,
Yo, can you imagine being in the studio with all of them and you're recording on fucking tape, on like reel, and motherfuckers is drunk and they're fucking up and they're just burning through this fucking tape? Oh my god, the
God.
engineers back then.
Yeah, all those. Yeah, that must have been crazy back then. Did you watch the series, the Wu Tang series?
I watched the first season. I watched the first season. I didn't catch the last. I
Didn't
think
like
it's
it. No.
3 seasons. No, it's not that I didn't like it. It's not that I didn't like it. you know what? When it came out, there was a lot of other things that I was already into, and I'm weird like that. But you know what? I do got to go back and I got to watch everything. But I really did enjoy the first season once I got into it. I'm critical on shit, man. I'm very critical on things, and yeah, no, I enjoyed it though, and I think that Dave East was perfectly cast as Method Man. I'll say that.
Yeah, he was good at that. He was good at that. It gets good. Like the second series, obviously, you get into them in the studio together, which is why I was saying about that then, because they're in the studio, so you see that sort of thing. Then the third series, they get pretty like experimental with. It's like some character, like some members of Wu-Tang have their own episode. So like ODB has his own episode, but it's like a 70s gangster movie. And it's just like one episode where it's like set in the 70s and ODB is the main character and stuff like that. So they get pretty experimental with it. It's
It
worth
sounds
sticking
like
with.
they're taking a page out of fucking Atlanta's playbook.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Fucking weird ass show, man. I love that. I love the first 2 seasons of Atlanta, bro. It was so dreamy. Like, yo, once The
Yeah.
Sopranos started doing that shit, oh
Is that the
man.
Euro?
No, it's not that I don't like it. They're all well shot and well acted. It's just like, yo, who's writing this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's writing these stories? Like, this is outlandish acid trip stories that have been funneled onto the big screen. I didn't mind it. I just didn't like. Okay, this is my thing about it. This is my thing about Atlanta. Real quick, if we start from the first season, right? I'm thinking like, yo, this is about to be the story of this dude coming up, ups and downs. I'm going through the same shit. I want to see him win. And then by the time we get to where he's getting money, everything just gets weird. And I guess that's a metaphor for what it really is. But my favorite episode is the Michael Jackson episode. That shit is hilarious. Limbs, you seen that one?
Yeah, that was that was crazy. Yeah. I don't even know what to say about that. That was just a crazy it's a crazy thing I've seen. Was the last series the Europe one when they're in Europe, or was that the second to last? I think I watched the last two like back to back, so I can't remember which one's which. But
I couldn't tell in that season if the last couple episodes was that a dream?
Yeah, there was that.
I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's fucking crazy. But yo, yeah, back to it, my nigga. My fault. We just, I'm high. We just talking shit. What was your first piece of equipment when you was like, yo, I'm making music? And what was the first piece that was like, this shit opened up the door for you? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'd probably say, because I'm like on I make like beats on a computer, so I would say going from like GarageBand to Logic probably, and like moving from that, just sort of like the amount of stuff you can do on Logic compared to GarageBand. Like GarageBand's pretty basic and simple to use. It's good for when you're starting out, but when you move over to Logic and it just sort of you can do pretty much anything on there. I'd say that was what sort of changed that for me.
So do you use like MPCs or what is it, the SP440 I think, or 404? You use anything like that?
So I use something called the MPD 26, which is just like the digital version of an MPC. So it's essentially just like a trigger for Logic. So it looks like an MPC, but it's just triggering the software itself.
That's
So
fucking
my
dope.
setup is pretty much all my samples are vinyl, pretty much like 99%. So I just go record player into Logic, chop it all up in there, and then I sort of put it onto the MPD and I trigger in Logic through that. So that's all my setup.
I swear to you, that's the beauty of it, man. This is the beauty of it because it's like you talk to people, it's like having a thumbprint, man. Your thumbprint is never going to be like the next person's thumbprint. You know what I'm saying? So we have producers on here and they describe their setup and how they got it. And you know what I'm saying? And it's like for you to say, listen, I'm all in the box, minimalistic, and your shit is sounding like this is bonkers, bro. That shit is bonkers to me. That is fucking fire. Okay, let me ask you this. Have you ever tried to rap? Like, did you try rapping first? Was rapping your first thing, or was producing gonna be your first thing?
Nah, producing was my first thing. Yeah, I knew that wasn't for me.
Listen, it
Yeah, straight
shows,
away.
man.
Even from like getting into Wu-Tang first, it was like it was the beats, it was RZA's beats. It was like I want to know how to do that. How do I do that?
You was there for the beats first, really?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I feel like I'm maybe. I think at first, yeah. At first, I probably was, but now I'm like 50-50. I'm like, they're both got to be on point, or I'm not. listening.
Who was the first person who rapped over one of your beats?
First person who rapped was local guy called Ninja T.
Shout out Ninja T.
Shout out Ninja T. Yeah, so yeah, I met him. It was like some like hip hop event. I think we met up at, and then he was like play some beats. I was telling him that I produce. We were like playing beats in like the smoking area, and he's rapping over it, and there's like a big crowd around. I'm just playing it on my phone, and he's just rapping over it. He's like a dead like charismatic, energetic guy, so he was getting everyone involved and going. And then we just sort of linked up and recorded a few songs together. Yeah, he was the first guy, which was good because like having that first guy rapping on your beats, it's like a milestone like moment. Because
I was
like
just gonna say, man, that must have been a
huge.
fucking amazing feeling.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I'm
like
saying?
it's because when you first start out producing, like, well, for me anyway, like when I first started out, my beats weren't good, so like it's hard to get people to rap on your beats when you're first starting out if they're not hitting right. Because people got all the beats in the world, like it's on YouTube or whatever. So when that first person says, "Yeah, I want to rap on this," it's a good feeling, man.
How long have you been making beats?
How long?
Yeah, how many years
Uh,
consecutively?
I want to say probably like 9 years now,
Whoa.
maybe 10. Yeah,
Listen,
it's a long time. It's
dedication.
like it's crept up on me. That it's like a long
Before
time.
you know it, you look around, right? Listen, man,
Yeah.
I've been fucking writing rhymes since I've been writing in books since I was a kid. I used to write stories all day. But I've
Mm,
been writing rhymes since I was probably 14. I'm gonna be 37 next month. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's like you look around, bro, and it's fucking almost 25 years spent on this shit.
Yeah, it creeps up, doesn't it? It's
Bro, it's
like, oh,
crazy.
shit.
You
A
know?
really
With
long
that
time.
being said, what advice would you have for somebody who's just getting into music production, mainly hip hop, because that's, you know what I'm saying, where your focus is right now, but like music production in general? What would be your best like 3-point advice for them?
Yeah, so I was actually having a like someone that I know just started producing actually, so I've been like speaking to him and giving him tips. So I've been actually doing this recently, but um, I would say first of all, just like, have fun with it. Don't put any pressure on yourself. Just go for it. Like just make beats. Don't try and pin yourself in a sound or compare yourself to other people too much. Just like just go for it and just have fun with it. First of all, 'cause that's the main thing. Like you got to enjoy it, or you're gonna stop doing it. So
Right.
uh, do that. I would say 3 points. I'm trying to think if like there's like a technical thing I'd say, but make sure you're getting like the right sounds. Like there's a lot of like drum packs available, and the drums are so big in hip hop. Like
Right.
there's so
Right.
much available, and I send them to people that I know, and like if they know me, I'll send them over. Like that's one of the biggest things is like
It's
getting the right drum
drums.
packs. Yeah, it's huge, and it's the
Now,
hardest thing to get right. It's
right,
the hardest
right.
thing. Um, so yeah, it's picking those sounds. There's so many available out there, so many good ones. Like because if people are using like preset drum sounds on softwares, they're like shit. They're awful. So get good drums. I'll probably say just like try and meet up with people that produce as well and just learn off other people and like get tips off. Like you say before, everyone's got their own setup. Everyone's got their own different style. Like if you know people that produce, speak to them and see how they do it. Maybe sit in on a session or meet up with them for like an hour and talk it through and just like get as much information as you can because there's so much out there. It's hard to know what to do or what to find. So yeah, just speak to other people and learn that way. Yeah, I mean, I suppose like the learning curve's gonna be different for everyone. Like there's people that I know that started producing and like they come in at a good level. Like it just naturally like comes at that point. So I think it's different for everyone, but for me it probably took I don't know, could have been like a year before I think the beats were like half decent. Listening back to them, I was enjoying making them, but I just don't think they were that good. So I think it's different for everyone. But if you enjoy it and you want to do it and you're driven, you're just gonna stick to it. So yeah, I'd say that's that. I think I've learned even more like the past couple of years. Linking up with other people is like it's so important, man. Like it's easy when you're producing, just like stick in your own room in your own box and just be like, you just get in your own lane. But like, just go to the studio with other people just like meet up, go to like different events in your local area and like see what's going on. It actually makes it so much more enjoyable because you're meeting like-minded people. You're doing, you're working with other people. And that's part of it. That's part of it.
Are beat shows big over there? Like where it's just a producer set list?
They're not massive, but in Manchester there is like a monthly event that's getting really big now. It's called Working on It, and shout out to them. I've played it a couple of times, and they can get pretty big crowds in there. That it's like getting bigger and bigger. But it's not a huge thing. But I
I'm
think it's
telling you
growing.
right now, it's getting big over here.
Is it?
It's getting big over here. Yeah, bro. Like, I'll tell you right now, in the last 6 months, I've been to two or three different beat set shows where it's just beats, producers going up and playing their beats. And then I've been to two or three like rap shows where I'm performing, and you know what I'm saying? The crowd turnout is different. The
Really?
vibe in the room
Yeah.
is different.
Mm.
And it seems like, you know what? I say that to say it seems like people are just getting tired of watching a guy rap on stage. And it seems like the music behind that is really coming through because, bro, I'm talking about packed rooms, man. Fuck 150, 200 people in this room, and
Crazy.
everybody's vibing to this one producer. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, there's no rap. Like, yo, at that point, rap has gotten so bad that now motherfuckers is rapping in their heads. That's how bad
Crazy.
rap has gotten.
So, do you go to those shows to like try and find producers and get beats, or are you just going just to see?
So the two instances I went, one was to actually both instances were to just link with producers who I already knew. Shout out to Trent Taylor. Yeah, man. It was a dope. So we went to the Donut Lounge one night, and then we went to Pianos the other night. And incidentally, we did perform, but it was a different showcase. So all the producers went, and then there was an intermission, and then all the MCs went. So there was a different crowd. You know what I'm saying? And both beat shows, bro, fucking packed. People
Yeah.
locked in, bro. Like, you know how you go to a live show and people are usually, for those who don't know, I'm sure this is everywhere. If you're going to a local live show, a lot of people are just there to see the people that they know perform.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? As soon as they go on and they go off, a portion of that crowd is leaving with them. You know what I'm saying? Not many people are going to stick around. Trust me, I've been at a lot of shows, and this is how it works. You think when you get booked last that you're some type of headliner? No, but in reality, at these little shows, it kind of works differently. You're going to be performing to an empty club. You really want to get on second or third in the headline, in the lineup. You know what I'm saying? But just to go back to it, the beat shows, man. So if it's starting over there, it's getting big here. If it's just starting over there, it's gonna
Yeah.
get massive over there, bro. It's gonna get big.
It'd be interesting to know, like, over there, what percentage of the crowd do you think is like other beat makers going to it? Because over here, it feels like the crowd is all producers and beat makers watching other beat makers.
People will show up on the random, but if I had to guess the age demographic, I'd say 19 to probably 40. So it's a pretty wide demographic.
Yeah.
I've seen dudes in there who I know for sure are a couple years older than me. And then I've seen people in there who I know for sure aren't 21. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, because I've done like a couple of little sets over here, but I would need to work on my live show, I think, if I wanted to do more. Like, I've just been really just playing beats, just sort of DJing my own beats rather than doing like too much live stuff. So if I was doing more, I think I'd need to like put some work into how I would do more live stuff with the beat.
We was at a show last night where a dude was a supposed producer. He was running his shit off his phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, don't get me wrong. We don't want Four Limbs to pull up with the fire and running off the phone. But you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, it's like often, like, let me speak for myself. I often place ideals on myself, like, yo, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? I got to get better to do that. And it's like, sometimes in some cases you do, but nigga, your beats are so polished that you could literally pull up with a laptop and run them bitches down in a certain sequence and the place would go crazy. I'm telling you, bro. I witnessed it. I witnessed it, bro.
Yeah. That's what I want to do, like tie in more stuff like that, like making it a live thing rather than like you say, just hitting the phone or whatever. It's like doing the drops, maybe doing a remix.
Yeah, man. So let's talk about weed, man. You guys smoke over? I know you guys smoke over there because we were smoking when we was over there. Let me ask you, do you smoke?
I'm like a social smoker, you know what I mean? I don't really do it like people are doing it, yeah, but I'm not. I'm not too heavy on it. When
Right,
we
like
when
you're
were
not
you
gonna
over
be
here?
smoking in the crib.
When were you in the UK?
We were there 2020 February 2020.
Yeah.
When we landed back, when we came back, the day we landed, like 2 days after that, everything happened with COVID.
Were you in London? Oh,
Where we
man,
went to London, we went to Birmingham, and then we went to Leeds.
close.
And yeah, it was a crazy trip, man. Like it's one of those things. Like I can't wait to get back out there, but the initial trip is always something that you're always gonna remember. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Far
Who
away
did you
from
who did you
home.
meet up with? Was that Yellow
So
Bar? Did you meet up
yep,
with?
we linked up with Yellow in Birmingham. We linked up with Quincy in Leeds, and we linked up with the bro Jack Diggs in London.
Mm.
And yeah, we did videos with all three of them. Um, we was in the studio with YB. We shot a bunch of shit with Jack Diggs in like one night. We shot almost like 3 videos in one night walking through London. That shit was dope. Um,
Crazy.
yeah, man, it was a really good experience. And you know what? Um, it taught me to push myself. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because there's when you're in a foreign country, bro, it's not even like you're 5 states away from where you live. You're an
Mm.
ocean away from where you live, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like, yeah, man, you have to be whoever you're traveling with, they had to be sturdy and you got to be relying on them. You know what I'm saying? And they got to be relying on you, and that's how you get home and get back. I mean, that's how you leave
True.
and get back.
Fact, fact.
You're gonna come back?
Oh, for sure. Oh, for
Mm.
sure.
That's
Most
a
definitely.
fact.
And when we do land, you might be the first stop. I'm
Yeah,
not
you
gonna
have to
hold
come
you.
down here. You
Nah,
have
for
to come
real.
around here.
Gotta
Yeah.
link, bro. Gotta link. Gotta get in the studio and just gotta get. You know what I'm saying? It's for the. Gotta do it for the people. You know. But
Mm-hmm.
have you been over here yet or no? No.
No, not been over.
Yeah.
I went to Disney when I was a kid. That was it.
Nice. Nice.
But no, I do want to get over, definitely. Especially because, like you say, like obviously I've worked with you guys. I've worked with other people. It'd be good to like link up with these like different
Yo,
people that I
bro.
know.
I forgot who else was on here. A producer that's busy like you, and it's the same thing. When you come over here, bro, your
Mm,
schedule is gonna be booked. It's not even gonna be a fucking vacation for you. You're gonna be
yeah,
coming over here to work
I
for
know.
like 7 days straight, bro.
That's good though. I'll be up for that.
Nah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what you want, man, and that's listen, it speaks to the ethic, bro. It speaks to the resolve. Can you speak to just the state of being a producer in like the internet era that we're in? The pros and cons.
Mm. Yeah. So I mean, the pros is like, I guess the obvious one is you can work with anyone all over the world. Like, if without the internet, I wouldn't have been able to work with 75% of the people that I've worked with. So that's definitely a pro. But I'd say a
Right.
con of that is that like it's hard to like if you want to get stuff done quickly, or unless that person's got the same work ethic you've got, like you guys, then it's hard to like chase people up, or you're not in the studio with them, so you can't push certain things. It's just it's just a different way of working. Like which is why like I like working in the studio with people in the UK. I like that's one of my favorite things to do is working in the lab with people. So you miss that thing, that connection with people, and when you work with someone in person, like things and ideas like develop and grow, and like being creative, projects change as they go on. But when you're working online, it can be quite like I send the beat over, they send the beat back, they send the verse back, and then it's just like very transactional. It's different. It's hard
Right.
to yeah, it's hard
There's
to
no
get.
organic
Right.
to it.
Better to build in person, like, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, exactly. Like you'll know it, like working with people in person, like things you start off with one idea, but like the end product like changes as you work on it. And like on the internet, I think that reduces because it's just like I say, it's quite transactional. But but like I think the pros like outweigh the cons like tenfold. Like, yeah, the amount of people I can work with through the internet is just a blessing, really.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. You know, another internet question. You run a website. We run a website as well. Can you speak to just maintaining it, you know, and just being able to transfer what you see in your head to something interactive for your fans?
Yeah, man. It's like it's a pretty new journey for me. Like I have my own website, and it's a bit of a ball ache most of the time. Like
Shit's dope though. Shit's dope though. I'm not gonna lie. Go check them out.
Yeah, 4limbs.com. If you want to check it out, it's yeah, it's the main reason I wanted to do it is to like I was speaking to someone. It was like, all right, what if Instagram went away tomorrow, or what if Twitter went? What if YouTube went away? Like, are these people going to follow you to the next thing? On how do you keep them engaged, or how do you keep the people with you? So I wanted to create like my own space where this is just 4limbs, and like you say, make it interactive and like updated frequently enough to make people to come back. So like I've got my own blog on there where I'm talking about like projects that I've produced and studio sessions and what I'm thinking, or like how I produce or different techniques, just so I can keep people like interested in what I'm doing alongside like dropping music as regularly as I can. But it's like you guys with this podcast, it's like that's something regular that can keep people updated all the time, because it's hard to drop like so much music all the time, but you want to keep people interested in what's going on.
And that's, you know what, that's one of the main reasons we started it, because you're absolutely right. It's hard to make music consistently when you got to make music around your life schedule, you know?
And the quality's got to be there in the music as well. Like,
right. I'm going through that right now, man. I'm going through that right now, recording a project, lost the Pro Tool sessions, so the best takes I have are only demo takes.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying? So it's like and I re-recorded it, but it doesn't sound the same. So it's like, yeah, I'm caught in a weird void right now of just fucking starving artist, man. You know how that goes.
Yeah, it's difficult, man.
Oh man!
But yeah, the website. It's
no, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. But it's just like I say, I think it's difficult like on social media to keep the energy going. Like it can be like quite hard, kind of, I think, to keep it going, pushing it. But the website feels more rewarding. Like that's my own shit, so I want to keep it going.
That's a good point, bro. That's a good point, because when you do go and check your analytics on your site and you're like, oh, some people have been here and somebody left a comment or something like that.
Just little things. It's like
it's landing, bro, and I love it. I love it. I'm a big believer in being able to gauge your progress. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at it on a fucking calendar year, you need to be able to go month to month and see how you've gotten better. And even if it's just little tiny increments, which it usually is, that's how the big changes are made. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. That's awesome, bro. And I appreciate it. I appreciate you because your work ethic is off the hook. And, you're a genuine dude, bro. Like, a lot of motherfuckers is weird, bro. And you know it. A lot of these motherfuckers is weird, bro. They have delusions of grandeur. They got delusions of grandeur, bro. Like, listen, I get it. Niggas is nice. I understand that. But it's like, if you're not actively getting fucking checks from this music shit, don't treat me like you are. But that's a rant for another day. All right. I'm not even going to go there. But listen, man, he sent some music. We got some 4limbs tracks. We about to get into the first one. You tell me which one you want to load up first.
I think we'll go for RJ Payne first, because this is, I think a lot of people heard about me originally from the RJ Payne stuff, and like that was like my first sort of foot in the door sort of thing with certain people. So we'll go RJ first. Shout out RJ Payne always.
Yo, shout out RJ Payne. You already know. We about to get into this one right now. She's loading up. This is RJ Payne, Montana Grammar, produced by 4limbs. You locked in with the gray area MOD guru. Let's go.
When Life seems full of clouds and rain, and I'm filled with hurt and pain.
Four Limbs, what up, boy? Look who came in the back door, strapped with a big ass hammer, the Black Thor. Drop bars back to back, then add more. Simply, you cannot compare this Bentley with RAV4. I'm still gutter, the skill is still butter. It's like Fontaine and Knife was still in Lil Brother. Hip-hop is my wife and I still love her. Touch your heart like Mitch when they killed this little brother. Hop, skip, and a run from Pop, Biggie, and Pun. If I ain't top 5, then consequently you're dumb, nigga. God forgive me, somebody give me some rum. Santa Claus on your roof, come down your chimney with guns. Let the ratchet off, smoother than David Hasselhoff. Night Rider in black leather, I'll blow your apple off. Hit your brain right in the core, turn it to applesauce. God forbid you see me taking this jacket off. I play for keeps, to say the least. I wave the heat. I'm trying to take out the leader, nigga. I'm Laserbeak. Megatron on my hip, nigga. Now make a peep. The sound wave alone sit niggas down. Now take a seat. I vibrate on the frequency higher. God level, the elder said I will be the Messiah. I've been hitchhiking to heaven, my feet in the fire. Stevie Wonder could see the hunger. I speak with desire. This is cocaine chemistry, alchemy at its best. Turn dope into money. You probably should be impressed. Acknowledge me as the next. Tired of being suppressed. These record labels been privately eyeing me to invest. I'm independently getting it, distributing it all. $12 a pop, the vision is for my dog. I ain't just dropping game, I give you niggas the ball. Cocaine can talk, listen as I record, nigga.
Life seems full of clouds and rain, and I'm filled with hurt and pain.
Let's go. I told y'all. I told y'all. For those who don't know him, I just remember I told you in the beginning of this fucking episode that when you heard it, you was gonna be like, what? All right, man. So yeah, man, give me some background. How'd that happen? Shout out to RJ Payne because he bodied that. How did that happen? How'd this come about?
Yeah, so RJ just sort of hit me up. So I put that beat on YouTube. I don't even know what, probably like 2019, 2020. I'd say I probably put it up as like, because at that time I was doing like, I wouldn't like make a beat to be like, oh, this is a Griselda type beat, but I just put my beats online and then say whatever, like Griselda type beat, West Side Gun type beat. So I think I put it up as that. He emailed me just to be like, yo, I want to use this beat. Just so you know, like I used to go as Rain Man, but I'm sort of going through like a rebrand at the moment, and it's like you can be part of this process that I'm going through to be a rebrand and come back in the game as RJ Payne. So he emailed me. I was like, yeah, go for it. I want to be part of this thing. And then he sent me the track, and I was like, shit, yeah, this guy's gonna fucking take over the game. So, and he did.
That's fucking fire. So, okay. You know what the funny thing is? This is like, it really speaks to the shallowness of Instagram. Because when I saw that you dropped the first track with him, I thought that was the first track you ever did with him. You was here on the inception of his rebranding. So that's before even the world really knew that y'all was working.
Wow,
yeah.
That's
it's crazy. Because I didn't know much about his backstory, really. But yeah, I didn't even know what I was going to be a part of, really. You know what I mean? He just, yeah. But I knew he had the drive and the talent because he was sending me over some clips. I was like, shit, yeah. Let's do it. So we ended up working like quite a few songs together in the early stage. And then, yeah, we just sort of went on different paths after that. But shout out to RJ Payne every time. He helped me a lot when I was first coming in.
That shit is fire, bro. That's man. You know what? It's like
it's a great complementary. It's a complementary sound. Like the bars with your sound of beat, they complement each other well, bro. That's a fact.
Yeah, appreciate that, man.
It's just crazy when you see the grind work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You put the time in, and a lot of the time as artists, man, we taking shots in the dark. We taking shots in the dark with money, with investments, with time. And we don't know if it's going to pay off. And I guess that's life's gamble. I guess that's pretty much life's gamble. But as an artist, it kind of is, you know, people, I don't know, man. People have never respected the plight of the artist. And I get that because it comes off as, you know, in some cases, degenerate. A lot of us are late for things. I'm late sometimes. Fucking, like, it's almost like, yo, bro, as an artist, you have to give all of your passion. And when I say artist, I mean producer, fucking rapper, painter, whatever you're doing that's artistic, you have to give almost all of yourself to it. So when you do that, a lot of the other things in your life are going to miss attention. And it's like, it's such a hard balance a lot of the time, man. And I'm just speaking from personal experience of my own disposition. You know what I'm saying? It's a hard balance. So when it does pay off, oh man.
Yeah.
It's like Disneyland, baby. It's like going to Disneyland.
You know what's crazy about RJ Payne as well? Like probably like 3 or 4 years ago when he was dropping this music, he was dropping it like all on his own website. And I was like, why don't you put it on streaming? I wanted it to be on streaming because I was like, I wanted, show people what I'm working on, this and that. And he was like, no, I'm just doing it this way. And now years later, I'm making my own website, and he was just ahead of it. He was like building his own brand through his own website. You only get the music from there originally. You know what I mean? So he was ahead of the game back then.
Right. I mean, we're trying to do the same thing, man. We're trying to do the same thing. We completely moved away from streaming. You can still get you can still go find Black Sheep that we dropped recently with the Technician. Shout out to the Technician. And yeah, man, but that's really the only thing that we have on there. A couple of my features with you are on there. I know the 2 joints that we got, I feel like with Extortionate on there.
Because I'm thinking my next album, I want to drop it just on my website. So is that what you're doing that at the moment? Just website, that's it?
We're trying. Right, we don't know what it really looks like. We're trying to figure out what it looks like to do a full-fledged album rollout on the website. But it just, it's it's complicated, man.
Yeah, it's learning.
Right. It's all on the job training, bro. So it's like, when you learn as you go, you fuck up, you waste money, you waste time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But you often find the right route. And I've always been like a secondhand learner. Like I don't get it the first time. You know what I'm saying? I've just never been that way. Even in school, some people, they get it the fucking first time. And I've just never been able to get it. I get it the second time, though. You know what I'm saying? Because don't touch the stove. All right, well, I'm going to touch the stove and I'm going to burn my hand, but I'm not going to touch the stove again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. As long as you get it the second time, that's the important thing, innit? It's
right.
As long as you learn each time, it's like, you're on the way.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good conversations like this that are the pinnacle of this show. Like this is what we do it for, man. It's just man.
Let me ask you a question. So when working with artists of any type of artist of any level, like what's the first thing you do? What's the first move for
you? So usually I'll ask them what sort of sound are they thinking? Like what's their vision if we're working together? What's their overall vision for the project? But once I get an idea of that, or if they just say, "Now you just do your own thing," then it's collecting samples. So I'm just going through my records, or if I bought new records, finding new samples, and then usually I sort of put them all like in a folder. So I've got like my catalog of samples that I want to go through that I think will work, and then I'll start building beats like that. So I'll probably do like 10 beats at a time. And just like skeletons of ideas, and just like, right here, I've got a sample, I chopped it, put some drums and bass onto it, not clean it up too much, and then just sort of try and build like a sound, and then go from there, and then just keep building and try and get like a good chunk of beats together. So it all comes from the samples, really, I would say, because that's what my music is like 100% based on. The sample is like the driver for the sound. So
you can tell from listening to your production, you know what I mean? It doesn't sound thrown together. It sounds like purposeful. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm glad that comes across, because like I hope I don't release anything that I don't think is like fully finished and fully actualized. Like I try and have like a sort of like a quality control sort of thing on it. So appreciate that.
No doubt, man. Especially for the time, the amount of time you put in. It's kind of like, at this point, you want to put out the best prior as you can. You want the best sound, and that way the person that receives it is going to do the best they can. You know what I mean? It's going to be heard well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's like sometimes it can go the other way. Like you can think too much about it. Like I can sometimes focus on the mix too much. You know what I mean? Like you can go too much one way, and sometimes you can't send certain work out. But hopefully, I've got like a good balance of, getting work out there, but also making sure the quality is as good as I can get it.
What's the time frame would you say of going back and forth on a beat? Like, how long would you say you spend on any given beat?
It depends. It depends like how complicated the beat is as well, because sometimes like some beats are just, can be like samples looped up on a bit of drums here and there. But sometimes like if you've got a vision for the sound and it's a certain thing, and you've got to do like a lot of layers on it, then that can take time, and it can be worth the time. So I think it depends beat to beat, but I would say that one of the hardest things, and I speak to other producers about this, it's checking yourself and realizing when a certain like beat isn't going to go anywhere. Like you're working on something, you've got to realize when it's good and when you're just trying to force something that isn't good enough. So that's like a constant learning thing, because like, I imagine it's the same for like rapping as well. It's like, oh, whatever, you got to check yourself and be like, am I trying to force this idea now? Like, I need to step away and come back to it, and is it actually any good, or am I just wanting to finish it because I'm working on it?
Yes, as writers and as people creative, you want to make the best thing, period. But also, it's like, if it doesn't feel right.
Yeah. And it's checking. Like I can spend hours. Like sometimes if I'm spending too long on a beat, it's usually because the beat's not that good. You know what I mean? If it's good, it'll come together quickly. If it's not, I'm forcing it, and you got to check yourself and be like, yeah, come on, start again. Start fresh.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I get stuck in just the repetition of, like, punishing myself by repeating the same process. You know what I'm saying? It becomes obsessive at some point with writing. With everything, with creating in general, it just becomes, for me, because specifically it's writing, I just become obsessive with it, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It gets self-destructive at a certain point.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah.
With that being said, bro, let's get into some more music. What's the next one you want to drop?
Let's go for. We'll switch it up a bit. We'll take it to the UK. So we'll go for 432 hertz. So frequency, 4 limbs, and rigs.
Got you.
Yeah. This is a different style.
Shit about to be fire. I already know. By the name of it, you name it frequent. The name of the track is a frequency. Yeah, all right.
Let's go.
It's the gray area. We got 4 limbs. He about to drop this track on us called 432 hertz. If you know audio, you know this shit about to be live. Gray area.
Listen. I give 100, not 50%. Don't give it me easy, just give me the strength. Played it wise for the kids, it was tense. Premeditated, I did it with intent. Hood shit going over the head. Doubted me then, I didn't know what I meant. She's full of resentment, told her to vent. You need an emotional cleanse. Look, I said to my brother, you're folding again. Gotta fix up, we're supposed to be men. Don't take offense, you know that we're friends. Tough love, you'll be my bro to the end. Same surroundings, whole nother lens. She's feeling my vibe, although it's intense. As long as the kids are okay, I'm content. And we all know knowledge is power. And with no money, you'll turn the politics sour. With no pussy's majestic. Pussy, you'll turn on my mind if he lets it. Prepare for the best bit. People are sick of the system, looking to exit. Would you sacrifice what you've invested? Can you picture what you've been left with? I'm sure I'm solid, I'm silent. Secure, no longer frightened. Was taught by pain to be silent. Solitude, no one to confide in. No fixed abode to reside in. Still excited by the assignment. Straight up, didn't have any guidance. In the dark till I was enlightened. Soothing when I sit with a Sante. Big smile when she sees her dad's face. I'm racist towards the rat race. Online living at a mad pace. We're led by those who are evil. Can't trust them, bro, they're deceitful. I reflect the soul of the people. My story you'll be told with a sequel. The last days. Masses are moving like minions. Too many uninformed opinions. Hoodie and gloves, cause it's England. All kind of different addictions. Life full of frivolous friction. Big issues. fix them. To fix those are fiction. So pitiful. No guts, no balls, no minerals. Don't wanna mingle at all, it's cynical. Tell me why you expecting a miracle. Wanna max out with your inputs minimal. They ain't ready, my mindset's formidable. A, B, C, MCs, it's risible. Trust me, I'll finish them all, I'm clinical. The industry's crooked, it's criminal. They're cocky, cunning and critical. Cutthroat, just cut to the chase. I don't even wanna look at your face. When I was down and out, I discovered some snakes. Long before COVID, they covered his face. Too much to hide, I'll put you to shame. It was lust, I was never in love with the game. It's rigs.
Told y'all. That shit was so hot, I fucking hit the play button again by accident. I told y'all. Oh, man. Yo, bro. First of all, I got to know the inspiration. When you sat down and you made that beat, when that shit was done and you was like, you took your hand off the mouse and the shit was done and you playing it, what was the feeling you got?
I just thought that's some good shit right there, man. That's all I thought.
Wow, bro. That shit reminds me of such a time. That's a real cinematic kind of beat. That shit reminds me of a specific time in life. You know
what's crazy about that beat is so the record that I sampled off that. So you know, have you heard of Discogs? The website.
That sounds familiar. Yeah, it sounds familiar.
It's just like a vinyl marketplace, like sort of like eBay for records. And I ordered some records, and the guy who I ordered it off just put that record in as like a freebie. So the sample that I got was off a record that a guy just gave it me for free. So shout out to that guy, whoever he was.
Bro had no idea what he did.
Yeah,
he had no idea what he did.
He had a big hand in creating that record. So shout out to him.
Damn, that shit is fire.
Yeah, that's a good one. So that was so actually there's only one MC on that track. So to give like a bit of backstory on that track is Riggs.
I thought it was two dudes. Wow.
So Riggs is the MC who's rapper on it, but Frequency who is also on the name as well. So that's a clothing label in Manchester that I did an EP with in collaboration with that clothing label and with Riggs. So they're on the track, but they're more like sort of like a, I don't know, executive producer overseeing the project sort of thing, you know what I mean? But Riggs is just the MC, so there's only one MC on there. But
that's crazy because the second verse sounded to me like somebody else. But that's fire. Tell me more about the Frequency endeavor you did. What was that about, like at its core?
Yeah, so the guy who runs it, Jamal, a mate of mine, we're friends through music, through Frequency and through music. But so Jamal was just we did a few like photo shoots where he was giving me t-shirts to wear and just like help each other out. Just, you know, we're local sort of businesses, I suppose, local people. And then I just sort of had an idea. It was actually just after COVID. And so everyone obviously was just like, everyone was, isolating. No one was, we work with each other. And I was like, Jamal, what if we did like a Frequency Sessions EP where we get two MCs together in the studio, do an EP in like one session, like 8-hour session, record everything in there, release like a photo album with it of photographs from the session. We're all wearing your clothes. It's just like make an event of it, like make something interesting out of it while everyone's been locked away for so long. And that was the EP before this one. So after that, we just sort of said, yeah, let's run with the idea. And he knew Riggs, who is like a Manchester legend from. So like the main street in Manchester is called Market Street, and then back in the day, MCs would be selling CDs, you know, like on that street, and he was one of the big guys of like selling mixtapes on that street. And Jamal knew him and was like, we should all work together. Me producing, Riggs doing the rhyming, Frequency doing the artwork, and clothing in collaboration with the EP. And we just went from there really, because I was at a point as well where musically, like just making music for my own solo releases wasn't really like enough. I wanted to incorporate other people and other things like the clothing and like doing the photo shoots with it and bringing other art forms into it. So that's what it came from.
No, I hear you. And like I told you before, bro, it all registers as authentic. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's very important. You can be whoever you are in real life, right? But the image that you put forward on the internet is the perception that people are going to have of you in real life. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I say it a lot. You know, I think this platform is good for that. You know, people have a certain perception of me if they haven't spoken to me in real life. And once you sit down with me and we have a conversation, usually perception changes. Usually. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I just listen. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate the work you put in. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into another track. Let's get into the third track of the night. What do you got for me? What you want to go with?
Cool. Let's go for Word Life Stand Up. Take it back to some boom bap.
Got you.
Yeah.
We loading that up right now. All right, here we go. We got Word Life. This song called Stand Up, produced by 4 Limbs. He's tapped in with us right now. Gray Area, MOD Guru. Let's go.
Look, yeah, ridiculous timing. No more nickel and diamond. Signed by the corner. Advance was a break of consignment. You hope to get rich, to drip bitches out in designer. I stayed in vagina, still being picked for a lineup. Sign to the ends. Never was one for pretend. I give it all, put 100%. When I flip, know the sergeant is sent. Take it from me, there's no movement if your name's lacking respect. Niggas hope they don't see me when they catch and they check. I make niggas move, scramble like the captains on deck. That's jail talk from cell blocks in New York. Never bidded, bailed out and made appearance at court. Except of course a small blemish. Spent some years in the jewelry. Still commended for the work that we put on them rules. And yours truly. This here a doozy, niggas hit then strip for their jewelry. My life resembles that of script from a movie. Boobies, jacuzzis, cartel niggas with Uzis. Move smoothly, came for one, left with two. Plus he threw me a Thule word. That's respect, nigga, don't forget it. Luminescent when I pass through the presence of peasants. Always been a stand-up nigga. Rather die on a stand-up nigga, you weak. Rather live on your knees, I can't stand you niggas. Bunch of funny style stand-up niggas, you heard? Always been a stand-up nigga. Rather die on a stand-up nigga. You rather live on your knees, I can't stand you niggas. Bunch of funny style stand-up niggas, you heard? Talking greasy, done he grabbed the llamas. My young shooter stays zooted. Do you win for a pound of grama? Spot him easy like Ibalderrama. Pull holes in the nigga, couldn't salvage with a culo de rana. My lethal persona stands at a crucial reminder, done. You'll never be like me. Sever your dreams, things get deadly in Queens. Serving fiends, bottle dreams of the Avril Lavigne. And keep nothing less than a quarter blazing. Bad bitch, blow the sniff, brown skin dog. And she quarter Asian, or the Cajun from Jamaican spots. Your man's in the vacant lot, slumped with a faded top. No barber chair, should've dressed in his armor wear. Can't hide from your karma here. If anything, she feel at home and hits a lot harder. Rap martyr, cat slaughter when I bombard ya. Watch your son praising false idols. Dressed in skirts, bunch of hair yarnals. Don't play, you know the K harmful. I know killers play for green, now they move to white in Carolina. Nigga like they Sam Donald. I burn bridges, used to breed and built the boat with it. Last poppy tried to hit me with a skin brick. Got him hit quick, caught him shitting fucking dimwit. Hit him in the same glass jaw, he sucks glass dick with. Always been a stand-up nigga. Rather die on a stand-up nigga, you weak. Rather live on your knees, I can't stand you niggas. Bunch of funny style stand-up niggas, you heard? Always been a stand-up nigga. Rather die on a stand-up nigga. You rather live on your knees, I can't stand you niggas. Bunch of funny style stand-up niggas, you heard?
Let's go. Let's go. That's 3 in a row. I already know it. I knew it was going to be 5 straight bangers. But for those who's listening, you got to appreciate that was 3 in a row. It's not, yo, man. It's so much shitty music out there, bro, that when you hear undeniable fire, bro, you got to show respect. You got to show respect. You know what I'm saying? And you got to pay for the music. Don't be stingy. Pay for the music. Let me get a little bit of background on that track, man, because dude killed that. Word Life killed that.
Yeah, shout out to Word Life. Shout out to Word Life. Yeah, so this sort of happened where I was a bit like, a few projects that I was working on sort of fell through, or things were getting delayed, and I was getting a bit frustrated. So I think I just put like a post on Instagram or something, just like, if you wanna work on a project with me, like, if you want to do an EP, and you can get the verses done like in the next month, comment below, because I've got time to work on a project because things are falling through or whatever. Just saying, like, basically saying, like, if you want to work on something, reach out to me, and then I'll, listen to your music and see if I want to do anything. And he just commented on it. I think someone must have sent it to him. And yeah, I listened to his music. He was dope. And that's how it came about. We just started building from there. So I sent some beats over, and we just started building the sound a bit. And yeah, he killed it. It's like going back to before what you're saying about, being a producer on the internet. Like, that is like a purely like internet-based project, pretty much. Like, I reached out to the internet. He came, he reached out back to me, and we got to working. So,
and you guys made fire. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's definitely a good part of it. Because there have been horrible connections made over the internet. So when a good one does land, shit, let's go. You really killed that shit though. That shit was like, for me, a lot of that was reminiscent. Like, he's got his own flow and his own bar work, but like just the storytelling, the weaving, it was like very much like Pun, bro. It reminded me of like Pun, Cuban Link. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that shit was fire, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that's a banger right there.
Yeah, he's really sick. Yeah, everyone should check him out. Word Life. He's got a lot of good music. So
I bet we're gonna follow that up with the 4th one, man. What's the 4th joint you want to play?
Yeah, so we're gonna go for 4 Limbs and Joe Corey. Go Clean next. So this is like a proper UK one. Yeah, he's a UK MC, so this is a different vibe again.
It's the Gray Area MOD. We got 4 Limbs with us. He dropped off some music. This is the 4th track out of a 5-pack. This is 4 Limbs and Joe Corey. Go Clean. Let's go.
It's been a while since I felt a bit. Cards got dealt, I just dealt with it. Don't know about the top, but the bottom gets lonely. Scar on my face, I might pass Tony. Hardly visiting my family, G, it's white gaffs only. I'm trying to earn quids. I burn spliffs and it's just another burnt bridge. No seat at my table if you're not providing. I'm just trying to add it up once it stops dividing. I'm better than these rappers, I'm just not hot. Live a normal life and on occasions I go to the top spots. I ain't really round no one if it's not shots. This money's got me hypnotized, trying to take it to places that I've never visualized. The one that says now is Mr. Wise slipped up, and now we won't see him till he's 55. I'm just at the climax, make 50 quid out of a car that cost 5 racks. Stone while I robbed him, it's a hijack. White MC, I got 2 types of white raps. I'm not tight, G, this money's now. Feeling kinda anxious when I'm running out. The same feeling like another drought. I'm in love with this music, I just can't stand the industry. Fake cappers never slept in the trap. I took it off the stove and left on the tap. Desperate times and it's desperate measures. Standing on the corner like a brass, and it ain't the best of weathers. Some are sometimes and the rest are nevers. Some do a bit and the rest are jealous. I've got drive like an M6, I came up off 10 bits. I don't sip lean or do codeine, I just smoke green. I'm just trying to make it happen for the whole team. Having dreams of when I go clean. I'm just trying to make it happen for the whole team. Having dreams of when I go clean.
Lost a couple soldiers on the field. Gained some of my brothers on the wing. Some of them way too young to hear the angels sing. It's a given when it's money over freedom. Bottle after bottle, it could kill you in an instant. Wanna hustle, honey, you should start a business. Another day, another dollar, you should invest. Middle fingers up, fucking if they got a problem. Not about the risk, no, no. Don't matter if you're frozen, no, no. Don't matter about the money. It's the time you spend on it. You spend time you spend. Time you spend. Time you spend. Time you spend. Smoke trees. Follow your dreams. Go clean. Go clean.
Yo, bro, it just keep getting better. Every track we play just elevates the bar, like, and they're all different. And they're all different. So, what's the background on that, man? That track is fucking amazing, bro. Shout out to everybody on that track.
Cheers, bro. Yeah, so Joe is from my city, he's from Manchester. I didn't know him, but I know. So one of my close guys, Tation, he reposted a video of Joe doing like a freestyle, and he was sick. So I reached out to Tation, was like, "Do you know this guy? Like, I want to try and get to work with him." And he was like, "Yeah, grew up with him, blah blah blah." So I messaged him, sent him some beats over, and was like, "Let's get in the studio." He was with it. I was liking the beats that I sent over, and then we just sort of started work on the project from there. But then the singer on the track she's called Via Luna, and she's from Manchester as well. So we recorded our EP together over like 2 sessions, and she came to the second session and literally just wrote her parts like on the spot, knocked out like all her verse, all the harmonies like in like 45 minutes. It was crazy. So like, yeah, she's super talented. Yeah, it's really a moment, this one. I was super happy with this project, and that song, yeah, is really good.
What does it feel like to send a beat like that out and then the end project be just way more than you could have hoped for? Because I get the feeling that that's what it was. Like, listen, you have the best, you have the best hopes for everything that you send out, but when something comes back like that, that's like a fucking shining star, like truly lightning in a bottle. What do you like? What's the feeling? That's a track that you would hear on a movie, on the radio, in the mall, in a fucking elevator. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, I'm telling you. So, what's the feeling? When you send out your work and it comes back and it's just fucking through the roof.
It just feels great, man. And it's just a testament to like working with other people and like collaborating with people, because like it was Joe's idea to get a singer on it, so that was, I can give that credit to him. And then I reached out to Via Luna to get her on it, but then I feel like we went to this studio that I hadn't worked at before, called 258 Studio in Manchester, and like Chris, the mixing engineer, he took it to the next level. So it's like trusting other people to be involved and like help your music get to like a next level. Right. It is like super key. But it just feels amazing, man. Like you say, I didn't vision this song being like that, as good as that. So it feels great to listen to that back and be like, shit, yeah.
I'll tell you right now, one day that song gonna get the rotation it deserves. I guarantee it. There's no other way. Somebody's gonna hear that shit and that shit's gonna pop. I'm telling you, it's one of them. It's one of them, bro. Shit is relatable. No, that's all it is, bro. I'm telling you, that's all it is. It's listen. Let me tell you something. I tell myself every day, worst case scenario, nothing ever comes of me doing this music shit. That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You believe in the universe?
Mm-hmm.
You believe in the powers of the universe? So I believe that if you make enough positive energy in one spot, the universe has to take note of it. And I think that's what all of the success that we see is. I think it's enough positive friction, enough positive friction for the sacred geometry to say, what the fuck is going on over there? You know what I'm saying? And when that happens, bro, that's when we start to see, like Guru says, the compound effect of things. You know what I'm saying? And
it's just trusting and believing.
That was fucking excellent. All right, man. Let's get into the last track of the night. Then we're gonna get into another little outro, chop up, and then man, this was excellent. We're gonna rock Haze.
Yeah, this is unreleased.
Oh, he saved the best for last. You calculated, my boy.
Yeah.
You OD calculated, bro. Nah, son, you OD calculated. He said we gonna give him the RJ Payne to set the tone. Then we gonna go pop, 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 keep elevating it. Then he gonna drop an unreleased. You heard it first. Yeah. This is the first time y'all hearing this. This is an exclusive. He blessed us.
Yeah, never heard before.
Appreciate you, yo. This is 4 Limbs. This song is called Haze. This is the first time. I might even drop a little horn sound effect in this shit afterwards in post-production. Yo, we appreciate you. You heard it first on the gray area. Let's go.
Type of time I'd be on. A buttering like chef, getting love uptown like I'm Leon. And chasing down on ski-yards, it's car hardy, never needed Theo. I booked up any time for these peons. Took it to infinity and beyond. Coming out for less than 2 plates, man, I'm just trying to get a key off. Really got a problem trying to tee off. Stay ready, building energy, I'll beat off. Know every beat, put the beats on. Mission reconsidered after recon, got recalled. Fofo put in orders for Dolo just like a kiosk. Cowboy make them yeehaw, they hear my shit for repeat on. Bad boy for billion. Is capping about that reform. I be potent, no recharge, endurance been flourishing. Keep it classic and never really follow the current trend. Seeds been planted, the trees we push exotic as durian. No tolerance for pain, still enduring. If life is moving, no turbulence. Some people have problems creating drama. Exposure, how these pedals still rocking Balenciaga. Demons never gonna prosper, just a slave to the vanity. Pray materialistic shit, but hate for your family. Nothing natural by most is calamities. Politics pandering, causing storms, refuse to pay for the damages. Dialectic, Hegelian, fuck your cults and affiliates. Steps ahead from experience, facts they claim is conspiracies. Steady proving I'm wrong. Trust I wish I was right, or what they doing is wrong. Team of hitters, but they never minded moving alone. Rushing single-handed is damage what I do in the zone. No do's and the don'ts. At tutelage is crucial, I coach. They been selected, not elected. So when you go and vote, no it's time wasted. Can raise up your vibration, cause most of the shit is staged and simulated beyond flagrant. Foul, believe in half of what you see and none of what you hear. Condition healthy, always fresh, and they'll be well aware. They stay the beaming propaganda, keep us all in fear. Don't need no beam, I'm about to swag on another tier. Believe in half of what you see and none of what you hear. Condition healthy, always fresh, and they'll be well aware. They stay the beaming propaganda, keep us all in fear. Don't need no beam, I'm about to swag on another tier.
Cutting through the alley in my Helly Hansen. Man are getting jelly car, I'm very handsome. In a shoddy Mazda with a Bobby Dazzler. You ain't spitting fire, you're a hobby rapper. And we ain't cut from the same fabric. And I ain't staying put like I was stuck in the same traffic. Cause I don't give a fuck, I'll write another insane classic. And I could write a book to help you look through the same glasses. Cause I'm a fucking dog if you were writing the name backwards. Say the grass is greener but I'm stuck in the same pastures. The game's full of fame, hungry bastards and lame actors who think how much they're spending on the wrist is the main factor. But trust me it isn't, we're stuck in the system, stuck in the prison. And really it isn't, nothing but materialism. So keep your Christian Dior and your Valentino. My bars are like a scene that's in a movie from Tarantino. Came up from the dirt, now I'm a champion, Avellino. I was in the hood when man were ducking from Acabino. And that's real life, fuck around and get your cat peeled twice. So when you come around here, you better act real nice. Yo, manners and respect, yeah I hammer the cassette. Cocaine flow, yeah I got the Amazon Connect. You sound like you're nuts and got spanners in your neck. I'm a spider on the web catching scammers on the net. What? I fly the banner for my manor where the man is savage. Heard a little stammer in your grammar, yeah you man are average. And I do it for 4 limbs, I'm all in. Got more soul than the bottom of your Timbs. 4 limbs, you're a fucking savage. Ha ha.
That was a fucking bomb. That was a fucking bomb. Yo, bro. All right. So both of them dudes sound familiar, but there's no names on here. I don't know if you don't want to name them. I don't know. You let me know.
Yeah, I'll name them. Yeah.
Who are those dudes?
So the first verse, that's Haze Mardy, who I've worked with before. He's crazy.
Crazy.
And the second guy's JSD, who's a guy from Manchester.
He's
local legend.
Too. He's bananas.
Yeah. And JSD's, so that's coming. So I'm working on my album at the moment, my first like solo album thing, and I'm mixing it at his studio, JSD, the second verse, so he's mixing it as well, mixing and mastering.
That's fucking fire. Yo, let me know if you need a verse from me or from ROT. We got you, bro. Shit.
You're on there, bro. You already sent me the verse.
Oh, shit.
No, the last one you sent me, that's going on there.
Oh, fire, bro. I ain't even realize, man. Yo, I appreciate you, G. I appreciate you. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm on there. You heard that, ladies and gentlemen? I'm on there. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. Nah, yo, every single track, bro. How do you stay consistent? Like with just being a person, being a human being, and how do you just, because I know you wake up, and there's days where you wake up and you're like, I don't want to make no fucking beats. Fuck making beats. You know, we all go through it. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, I don't want to fucking write no more lyrics, right?
Yeah.
How do you get over that hump, and how do you just stay consistent?
Good question, man. I don't know. I'm just driven. I think, you know what I mean. For sure. It's just like, to be fair, like I think there are days when I don't want to make beats, and I might not actually make beats, but I'll make sure I work on something that benefits my like music path or whatever. Like if I can't make beats today, like I'm just not in the right space for it, I might still work on the website or do a bit of social media thing, or you know what I mean. I'm always sort of working on something to do with Four Limbs, and that's something that I heard Rome Street say. He was like, no matter what you do, make sure like at least 20 minutes a day, do something that's going to benefit your music. And I was like, yeah, the least I can do is 20 minutes a day. Most days I'm obviously doing more than that, but you know what I mean? Just keep at it, because, yeah, no one else is going to do it for you, so just got to keep at it.
You couldn't have said it any better. Anybody who's listening, let me tell you something right now. If you're thinking about doing it, don't think about doing it. Is it one day or is it day one? You understand? Because like he said, nobody's going to do it for you. It's not no motivational podcast. It's not no motivational podcast. I'm not here to get you motivated. We're just having good conversation. But I will tell you that if you want something, you gotta go fucking get it. You gotta go get it, or at least you gotta try. Put your best foot forward. You know what I'm saying?
And you might get some motivation here. It might not be a motivational podcast, but you might fuck around, feel motivated. Let's go.
That's true. You might pick up some straight motivation, and if you do, shit, I'm happy for that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Listen, this has been a great one. We appreciate you stopping by. Any last shout outs? Let the people know what you got going on, where they can find you, anything like that. Now is the time.
Yeah, so first of all, shout out, both of you guys for having me on the podcast. Really appreciate it. And I've been noticing what you've both been doing here and paying attention to it, and I like it. So yeah.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
For me, focusing on building the website, keeping that going. So if you want to check out the latest Four Limbs stuff, it's fourlimbs.com. Definitely head over there. And then I'm dropping my debut solo album this year. So that's coming this year. But before that, I'm going to try and keep things interesting. I got maybe some few merch drops, some vinyl releases, things like that, little things to keep people going before the full album comes. So yeah, fourlimbs.com, but social media as well, Four Limbs Beats across all platforms.
Listen, you heard the man, and I'm going to get into my rant that I get into at the end of every episode, all right? Pay for the music. If you like the music, pay for the music. How could you not want to pay for the music that you heard tonight? How could you want this man to work on this music, get these artists together, pay for the fucking studio time, get all this shit together, mix it, have it sounding like that, present it to you, for him to have to sell you his personality before you give him money for the fucking music?
Talk to him.
Pay for the music. Support it. Go to the website. Don't go to streaming first. Go to the website. Go to streaming when you're on the road trip, right? But before you do all of that, make sure you go order a physical from the website. Make sure you tap into the mailing list, all right? Make sure you grab a t-shirt. You understand me? Because all of this directly supports the artist. He's going to bring you better music when you support him directly. That's just how it goes. That's how it goes for all of us. It's 2024. We don't have to rely on the things that we used to rely on. You understand? So listen, man. Everybody who's sitting down listening to this, I need you to clap it up for Four Limbs, because the brother came through tonight and straight smashed Great Area podcast. This shit is crazy. He dropped 5 joints. The last one was exclusive. That was bananas. The progression on every joint was ridiculous. And just, he's consistent and concise. And we appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for spinning by, man.
Thank you.
Haha. I have a little present for you now, sir. I just sent Freddie Laps them 3 joints, them 3 3 verses. I'm gonna get them over to you right now, right after I hit that. Right, we out of here. When we get out of here, I'm gonna send them over to you, and boom. Yeah. We're gonna keep that under wraps. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's a little parting gift, man. You know, little olive branch. My guy, you already know, brother.
That's gonna be crazy.
They pretty dope. We did them yesterday. A lot of energy, and the beats is crazy. So it's not much I had to do. You know what I'm saying? The beats is crazy. When the beats is trash, then the artist kind of gotta do more. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way when the beat is fire and the rapper is trash. The beat kind of gotta do more for the trash rapper. You know what I'm saying? But this was never the case. This was never the case. This shit is crazy. I'm gonna send you that 3-pack. And yeah, man, listen. This is MOD. This is the Gray Area. Guru's always with me. 4 Limbs was here tonight with us. And yeah, man, this was an epic one, bro. Thank you for listening. Yo, 4 Limbs, I'm gonna get with you, brother. Thank you.
Cool. Appreciate it.
All right, bro. Peace.
Peace.